Welcome to The Culture. We rest at the pulse of the community, providing all things news, music, fashion, events, and everything that we talk about in between. It's a lifestyle. We are The Culture. Hi, and welcome to The Culture. I'm your host, Jessica Garrett Modkins. It's New Year's Eve. Where has the year gone? My goodness. New Year's is tomorrow. Welcome to our 2022 New Year, New You show. It's our best edition of the whole year. We're excited. And I read a very enlightening article in Forbes magazine on how never to set resolutions, but to set goals. What do you do? Do you set resolutions? Do you set goals? I stopped doing the resolution thing. And so I am strictly in agreement with what Forbes magazine is reporting. I set goals. It's been a decade since I've written resolutions. And actually, I adjust my goals and objectives sometimes daily. It is an ongoing adjustment that allows me to scratch off my list of daily things, which makes me feel a sense of accomplishment. So it kind of motivates me to keep going. Forbes says that the best way to tackle this new year is to number one, reflect over all areas of your life to determine and evaluate where you would like to go and where you want to be. I completely agree with this. You have to be a state of self-awareness. It has to be a state of self-awareness and to just continue to evaluate yourself versus how and where you should be. Like, I promise you, you will either intentionally or unintentionally draw into your life where you go. I'm going to say that again. You can will into your life intentionally your ideals and your destiny. So I recommend that you write down where you want to go. I remember watching this interview with Will Smith, the recent interview with Will Smith and Oprah Winfrey. It was about his book release. He recalled a moment in his life where he intentionally directed the trajectory of his life and he asked his manager to help him. So they researched the steps, the biography, the revelation of these stars, these movie stars, because that's what he determined that he wanted to be. He wanted to be a movie star. And so he studied them. How did they get there? What did they do? What type of roles did they take? And he was able to identify a pattern. There was a pattern. There was something in common between all of those life stories, and he studied it. There were, I think, about four. And so he projected that if he was going to be a movie star, that he needed to seek out those four things. And they included things like which type of roles that he should play. And of course, we know how that story ended. We know he achieved the movie stardom uh, level of his life based off of him setting those goals. And it's so easy to do for us as well to just identify where we want to go, research it, find those other people who've done it, who've achieved it, find those areas of similarities in all of the things that they've done, and use it as a roadmap for you personally or for your business. It's an evaluation that you can make to set your own goals on where you want to go. Number two, so I'm really big on this next bit of advice. I don't start my day without telling myself what I should be expecting and what I am excited for. I set the course for my thoughts and my mind every day before I pick up my phone, before I take a phone call, before I jump on social media, before sometimes I even speak to anybody in my house. I decide to pick up my paper. I think it's about 7 pages of declarations, and I make them over my life every day with things. I would say things like, with God, I can accomplish all things today. Things that are just as simple as that. just will help me to do what it is that I need to do, because there's going to be things that happen during the day that are very taxing on you. And if you don't have your mindset set to remember that with God, all things are possible, you may sit there and think that it's just too much. The day is not worth you even getting out of the bed. And it's my belief that that is what helps me to thrive every day, not to survive, but to thrive every day. So for you, if declarations are the thing, if affirmations are the thing, then we're the same. But maybe you need to see something in visually. Maybe you need to create a vision board. Create it so that you're able to look at it and adorn where you're headed. You may not have it written down in that sense of goals, but or affirmations, but you may want to see it so that you can set an example of where you need to visualize yourself to go. Set your goals through that vision board, through affirmations or through declarations, and tell yourself where you should be headed.
What I'm looking forward to 2022 is making sure that we have a prosperous economic growth for Miami-Dade County and just health and vibration.
And I'm most looking forward to being with my family and enjoying just being together, hugging, kissing, dancing, having fun.
Always looking forward to a new draft class with the Miami Dolphins. Get some young guys in the building, see what they got. And looking forward to everything we have programmed here at the stadium. We've really transformed this into a world-class entertainment complex. We have our first Formula One race here in May. Really looking forward to that.
And for 2022, my goal is to focus on me. There is nothing wrong with self-care. And in order to have self-care, you may have to have a little bit of selfishness. And you cannot pour into the cup if your cup is empty. So the goal is to continue to keep pouring into the community, into my family, into those that I love. But I cannot do that unless I pour into myself.
So I'm looking for great things to happen next year. I think that we're already on the road. Things are opening up. I am very cautiously optimistic about us handling these variants that are coming through. But I know that this is going to be a way of life going forward. I just think that we definitely need to make sure that we take care of ourselves from a mental health perspective, we take care of ourselves from a physical health perspective, and make sure we look out for our brethren. If there's somebody that is not as fortunate as you are, to make sure that you pay whatever you can forward to help your brothers and sisters who are in need.
To be out the house out of 2022. You know, over the last 2 years, it's been really tough for everyone with this pandemic. So 2022, I'm hoping and praying that the world opens back up so we can start having that face-to-face interaction with, our neighbors and our friends. You know, it's been tough, everyone, not knowing and seeing relationships. I'm a community guy. I love to interact and entertain. And my wife, she loves to cook. Yeah. We just can't have too many people over the house. So I'm just looking forward to having family and friends come back over to our household.
I'm a cook. I love to host at my house. I'm from the South, so I don't know how to cook small meals.
Oh no!
So I just want to be able to pull community back in and being able to get to some level of normalcy to be in connection with other folks. So
she cooked the whole turkey for 4 people.
Yeah.
So we need more people at the house.
Number 3 is to find a confidant. Tell a friend. If you have the right people in your circle, they can assist you with obtaining your goals and help you to remember. So if you tell your friend what your goals are, you're going to be that much more likely to follow those goals. Assuming that this friend is someone who you trust, then you'll be happy to share. You'll be happy to have that friend to hold you accountable to what you would like for your life and where you would like your life to move towards. It's very interesting how when we do share something with a close confidant, that person has the ability to speak life into you. They have that ability to make situations make sense for you because they have history with you. They have this knowledge with you. And even if it's someone who doesn't know you that well and doesn't have a lot of history with you on a personal note, Maybe it's someone who you work with, and it may just be a simple change as you will stay out of the cafeteria or you won't have fast food for lunch. That person has the ability to help you during lunchtime to take a step back. Hey, what did we say we were going to eat today? And then sometimes that motivates the person who you have holding you accountable for something. It's kind of a give and take, and it's very interesting in how that can work towards your benefit. Um, Even what if you decided to go and find some sort of therapist to confide in, or for your personal growth and development, that psychologist or therapist is just able to assist you on your journey by listening. Therapy has been found to afford people with an outlet, and that outlet is validation. I think that sounding board can be a safe place to discover who you are and to assist you in moving forward for 2022. Next goal. Now, according to our friend of the show, Belinda Gordon Battle with BGB Consulting Service, she gave us some more stocking stuffers for setting your goals and reflecting for this new year. Her next one is to just be open to the process of learning and unlearning. And I love this one because I remember listening to an interview with a person who was, let's say they were in their mid 20s, and heard them say that they had figured everything out. Now, it wasn't so much that situation that I disagreed with them on, but figuring it out was just that I wish someone could have been honest with me, someone who was older, to tell me that life is a journey. You're constantly learning. And as Belinda says on learning, if you are wise and you are on this learning journey, you have set your sails on things that would stop your mindset based upon preconceived conditions and situations that determine how you judge a situation, how you think of a situation. Basically, just that life is a journey and you have to learn daily. You don't know everything. You don't even know yourself. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever done anything and in the midst of it, you're like, I can't believe I just did that. I never thought I would do that. That shows you that this journey of life is something that is not only worth living, but discovering, learning new things about yourself, picking up the newspaper to learn about technology, and learn about the trends, the stock market. Things are constantly changing, like stock and technology. For example, if someone says that they are an expert in social media and they're not constantly keeping up with the trends, I'm not quite certain as to how much of an expert they are with social media when it is an ever evolving platform. The algorithms change. The way that this platform accepts information changes. Life constantly changes. So you have to take a step back. You have to continue to teach yourself, be a student of life, and just enjoy that journey of learning and resetting your mind, which was what our friend to the show, Belinda, was referring to when she said, unlearn. It can change you and it can change the destiny. So to master life is to master the thought process and continue to be a student of this thing that we call life. Number 5, the next stocking stuffer is to just be patient with yourself. How novel is it to be patient with yourself and kind with yourself? If you're anything like me, then you are the hardest person on yourself. I am taking this last stocking stuffer to heart. It's so easy to be hard on yourself, to analyze yourself, to judge yourself. But what if you decided to be kind to yourself, to be forgiving to yourself, to give yourself grace? What a wonderful world it would be. I do believe that you'll be able to see it in a different way and that it is your life, that you could Be kind to yourself. Add declaration. I'm going to add that declaration to myself, that I will be kind and forgiving and find grace and patience with myself. I'm going to add that to my daily declarations, because I think that even as I'm speaking it now, I can feel that lifting a weight off of me to be kind, gentle, and patient with myself. Wow, that pressure that I would once feel, it is void at this moment. That is great. I mean, I know it sounds crazy that I'm feeling that way, but I am. I'm speaking it into my life. I'm even feeling rejuvenated just talking about it. The fact that that one sentence is that powerful, I suggest that you do the same. Now, next up on the New You, New Year is fitness. Another big one is the hybrid workout. So understanding that the pandemic has launched a new way to be fit, a new way to be deliberate about your workout. And that's through the hybrid model of working out, workout from home. These virtual workouts are all the rave. They're not going anywhere. People now understand that the luxury that was once available with going to the gym is now at home. So for me, I use this app called Effective Fitness on Demand, and they're based out of Atlanta. With this subscription-based service, I'm able to do my workouts either with them live, or I do them on demand and I watch previously recorded workouts. They play all the right music from crunk, trap, bass, hip hop, you name it. The fitness instructors have just the right temperament that I need to keep me going, motivated, and excited to keep doing these workouts. And then, you know what? After I did it so many times, I actually started noticing repetition in the classes. So I started recognizing the people in the class, and I'm like, oh, she's back. Oh, so-and-so is back at the class. It's very funny. So, but it's a fun way to stay fit and do it on my own terms in my home. And it's a fee-based app. It's not that expensive. It's worth it for me. So you try it if you're into that kind of thing. It's Effective Fitness on Demand. And then let me add this. I actually simulcast, I think that's the right word, onto my television so that it's on that huge 60 some odd inch TV, and I'm able to do the workout there in the living room. Last fitness nugget is to just get out there. There's nothing wrong with just getting outside, whether you're going to jump on a bike and go on a bike ride or just walk. There's something about resetting yourself with your environment and stepping out of the conundrum of work and chores at home and the responsibility of making yourself available for others. Just step outside, find refreshment and enjoyment in God's beauty of his landscape, his fresh air. If you're here in Miami like me, the breeze coming off of the beach. Get moving, take off that mask and just get outside. And with that, that's it. That's the end of the show. We enjoyed this year. We enjoyed all of the guests. Thank you to everyone who has come on the Culture platform this year. We look forward to many more shows next year. And we invite you to spend happy hour with us tonight for New Year's Eve. Join us at 6 p.m. right here on YouTube Live, Facebook Live for another edition of My 2 Cents. Grab a drink, set your clock for a reminder, and thank you for joining us.
The Culture is produced and owned by the Culture Media Group and cannot be reproduced or broadcast without written consent. All rights reserved 2021.